Would you love to travel from 2022 to 2071 in just a minute? Well, I know you do. And have you heard a museum in Dubai is doing just that? Dubai opened its new Museum of the Future in February 2022. What is surprising about this museum is that it's meant to explore the future rather than the past. So, if you are an enthusiast who wants to explore the future, this is the place to be, the newly opened Museum of the Future. The CEO of the Dubai Future Foundation says the Museum of the Future is different from any other conventional museum. So, how different is this museum? Well, when you heard the word museum, you expect it's a traditional place where you will find artistic, scientific, historical, or cultural objects preserved for research, education, exhibition, etc. Is this what you still expect to see in the newly opened Museum of the Future? You better change your mind if this is what you are really expecting. The new Open Museum of the Future is a living museum. It focuses on the future, aiming to use the present to build a better tomorrow. This museum features developments that will go all the way to 2071. Yes, you will be in 2071 while you are in today. That must sound funny, right? Those that came up with the idea of coming up with the Museum of the Future have high expectations that the museum will solve the problems of the entire planet and not only those of Dubai. If you love exploring the unknown, you are highly needed in the newly opened Museum of the Future. People become inventors because of the desire to know the unknown. Inventions are highly appreciated in the newly opened Museum of the Future in Dubai, which aims to solve the problems affecting the planet today so that we won't find them there. So, visiting this giant nuclear plant should not only be for leisure. You should see while thinking of how to solve a specific problem faced today that could pose a severe issue in the future. To visit the Museum of the Future, you must buy a ticket of DHS 145, which is charged to visitors aged 3 years and beyond. The Museum of the Future said it had received several visitors since its opening. However, there is no specific number of visitors indicated by the museum. Bihul explains that a visit to the Museum of the Future is more than just a visitor experience. It's a place where great minds come together to design and shape the future. However, this is something that has yet to be seen. Yes, we want our 2071 to be better. Our 2071 should have better technology. It should have new architectural designs. It should have no climate issues. It should integrate the technology with people. And 2071 should be sustainable. A trip to space is also going to be a big concern. Yes, we want a healthy planet in 2071. So, all thanks to the Museum of the Future. But what does this Museum of the Future look like? It's a 7-story, pillarless building covering an area of 30,000 square meters. Its look is a marvel because it's amongst the buildings in the world with no sharp corners from the outer, and it's 77 meters tall. A quick reminder before we further continue our discussion on the topic. If you've enjoyed the video so far, consider subscribing as we frequently upload such information and educational videos. Let's continue. So, what does the Museum of the Future envisage? Innovation laboratories for health, leveraging space travel, data analysis, artificial intelligence, energy and transportation, education, smart cities, environmental and climate changes, DNA sampling and genetics, and many more innovative ideas for the future. Climate change has been experienced all over the world, which is a result of human activities. Climate change has affected many areas in our today's life. Fossil fuels are the major contributor to climate change, affecting 75% of the global green gas emissions and almost 90% of the carbon dioxide in the air. We all know the problems that carbon dioxide has caused the world. Since the emergence of industrialization, climate change has had many effects like an increase in the global temperature, changes in rain patterns, and many more. These are some challenges that the newly opened Museum of the Future aims to solve. Very soon, the world could be controlled by robots. It could be a good move because companies will cut the costs of their expenditure and the production rate will also increase. However, the fate of professionals is a concern. In the second future talk on this giant nuclear plant, the director of Stanford Robotic Lab, Usama Khatib, spoke on how robots and humans could collaborate to navigate the ocean to solve many problems. A press release of January 4, 2022 says that the future museum will also search for exceptional talents among Arab scientists, thinkers, and innovators. The Vice President, Prime Minister, and ruler of Dubai launched the Great Arab Minds, backed by an AED 100 million fund. This initiative is meant to develop talents in the UAE and encourage young people to showcase their talents. The Great Minds are focused on the following fields: physics and mathematics, software and data science, and economics. This initiative could help shape future life and solve our current technological problems. The architect is not left behind. It's also one of the newly opened Museum of the Future's discussions. The design of the structure itself is something that tells there is a future for design and architectural work. Its architect Sean Killa says this about the structure: absolute limits of design, technology, and construction technology. Currently, the quality of construction is worrying, and it's something that needs to be fixed ASAP. Also, designers are just copying and pasting things, and something called uniqueness is of the past. But now, with the coming of the Museum of the Future, we expect things to be better than they are today. The transportation sector has been facing several problems, like port congestion, raw materials cost, poor roads, road congestion, information accessibility, etc. The rise in the accidents we are seeing globally is a result of all the transport problems. Statistics show that 1.2 million people die yearly in road accidents, and 50 million are injured. It's good to know these transportation problems we face hopefully won't be there in the future. With the great minds expected to come up with their strategies for dealing with such issues, we are hopeful the giant nuclear plant will bring an end to most of these issues. With modern laboratories, innovators, and an excellent environment to work in, there can be a solution for many illnesses that have become a threat to human life. DNA sampling and genetic sampling in the Museum of the Future will help identify the causes of several diseases and help develop prevention methods and cures. The Museum of the Future has come at a time when the health sector faces many problems. It's a sign that something good is coming. For every country to be able to make good moves, it must have healthy people who are working. Therefore, solving health issues will also heal the country's economy. Whether all these things materialize or not, it's just a wait-and-see thing. But the investment in the museum can give hope that those projects will not just remain in writing. If you have an innovation that you think can help shape the future, you have a platform to showcase it. Don't keep quiet when you have a solution that can save the world. For sure, with all the challenges seen in recent times, if we don't plan for the future, things will get out of hand. What do you think about the newly opened Museum of the Future in Dubai? Please share your views with us in the comments section below. If you learned something new today, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Made Wealth Finder so that we can keep making such fantastic videos for you. Thanks for watching.